Happening now, this 7-year-old who died in Monday's fatal fire will be laid to rest. New York State inmates will receive tablets.
And I'm Dakota Hunter in the First Defense Weather Center. Rain and snow today, but the temperatures drop throughout the afternoon hours and Arctic air comes back our way. We'll break it all down coming up.
Super Bowl 52 is a time for speculation. With the game not being played yet, it's a time to see stars, and it's a time to go mano-a-mano with the rival radio host. It happened on Radio Row, and you're going to see it next in sports.
And a final farewell to our Storm Hartman. That's news now for Thursday, February 1st, 2018.
Live and on demand from the Chautauqua Audio Works studios in downtown Jamestown. This is your source for breaking news. WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us. Happy Thursday to you. I'm Justin Gould. Busy show here. We'll get right to it. The 7-year-old boy who died in a fire earlier this week will be laid to rest on Saturday. Anthony Conte died after a fire broke out at his family's home on Benzinger Street in Buffalo. The second grader's wake will take place Friday at Michael DaVincio Funeral Home from 4 to 8. His funeral is set for Saturday at 10 a.m. at St. Peter and Paul's Orthodox Church. Anthony's father, Joseph Conte, accidentally started the fire with a blowtorch while lighting a cigarette. Furthermore, there was an order of protection barring him from the home. He's reportedly now cooperating with Buffalo Police's investigation. And all state prison inmates are expected to receive tablets for free. They'll have access to ebooks, but won't have any internet. WIVB-TV in Buffalo is reporting that a State Department of Corrections official said the tablets are being paid for by a company called JPay. The money isn't coming out of the department's budget, and it isn't being paid for by the taxpayers. According to JPay's website, the company helps inmates keep in touch with family and friends. A similar program was set up which will go into effect, in which inmates in special housing units will take these tablets from state to state as they serve out their time. All inmates will receive one under the newly announced program that's set to go into effect later this year. Now, it's not just cold in the air here around Western New York. Lake Erie is feeling a chill too, and it's seen more rapid changing conditions since the start of this winter season. Ice fluctuates constantly on all of our Great Lakes across Western New York. However, the amount of ice we've seen early on this year is quite a bit. Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter joins us now. Dakota, question for you. How critical is ice coverage on our lake related to lake effect snow?
Well, if you really want to be technical, lake effect snow has to do with the temperatures of the lake water and temperatures at 5,000 feet. It doesn't go just to the surface, it's temperatures at 5,000 feet. And we need a 27-degree temperature difference between the lake water and air temperatures at 5,000 feet. That's when we start to see those lake effect clouds. If you ever drive the Skyway in downtown Buffalo, you often sometimes see those big gray clouds just billowing up from the lake. Those are the lake effect clouds. And then we start watching the wind direction. The wind is going to be the key piece that tells us which communities get hit. Some spots don't, some spots do. It all depends on the wind direction as it comes across Lake Erie.
Now, Dakota, that's a satellite picture behind you
Yes.
of the current ice on the lake. The question is, even when the lake is covered in ice, like it is right now, we can still get some snow, right?
Yes. Technically, what really is the difference here is what we're looking for is these blue patches. This is all open water, and we also look for little spots in the lake. Now, what happens is generally throughout the winter, the lake generally starts to get solid foot thick ice. That effectively shuts off those patches. But newly frozen water is slush. And even slush ice could be moved around with the winds and could open the lake up and cause some more lake effect. This is the current lake effect. This actually is the current ice concentration on Lake Erie. It's been quite cloudy the past couple days, so we haven't been able to get a good view of the ice concentration that is out there.
Now, when does the lake generally freeze over?
Well, the lake generally really doesn't have a set depth for freezing. It generally depends on how cold we get. If we get rounds of Arctic air like we had this year, we iced the lake up within a week. The ice concentration on Lake Erie was about 20%, and then it rapidly went to almost 90% within about a week and a half. And it really depends on how much Arctic air we get, how cold we get. Generally, Lake Erie sees about 90% ice concentration by sometime in February. So seeing 90% earlier on in January was really quite interesting.
So then what's next for the Lake Dakota? Is it finally going to reach that 90% and freeze all the way up?
Well, it's really going to depend on how much more Arctic air we get through the winter. Remember, we still have a February, a March, and April, and probably a May to go through here. So we're not done with lake effect by any means. Because of the warmer temperatures we've had recently, it has started opening the lake back up. The current ice concentration is 63%. That is the ice concentration across the entire lake. You can see where we had solid foot thick ice, it's now blue water. And we still have some ice near Buffalo and some patches out by Dunkirk going up into Canada. So this will cause a few patches of lake effect, but not anything heavy. There is enough ice here to keep the lake effect snow machine a little bit under control. And the overall ice thickness is a little over 5 inches now. So the ice is rapidly starting to melt away. Very quickly, Sky Vision camera at Chautauqua Lake. Yeah, snow, ice on the lake, and some of the cloudy skies out there, but not too bad out there. So Doppler vision out there very quickly. Not a whole lot being picked up. Here we are. And not a whole lot being picked up out there today, but that will change throughout the day today, especially going into tomorrow. So break down the forecast quite quickly. Chance for a few rain showers, changing over to rain and snow, then plain snow. Temperatures drop throughout the day. Breezy. The official highs will be 38 in the valleys, 42 at the lakeshore areas. These are probably going to be, these highs will be met early in the afternoon. Temperatures fall to the 20s by later in the afternoon with a healthy southwest wind, 13 to 18 miles an hour, so a little bit breezy out there. We'll break down this full Quick Solution 7-day forecast in just a couple of minutes.
All right, Dakota, the fate of winter sits in your hand, my friend.
Oh, boy.
Thank you. Well, New York State Senate recently passed legislation that would require children under 14 to wear a helmet while skiing or snowboarding. The Republican-controlled chamber passed this measure on Monday. It would require ski areas to post signs on their properties notifying customers that helmets are required and that they're available for rent or purchase from the resort. Well, the bill now goes to the Democrat-controlled Assembly, and then from there, if it was passed, it would move to Governor Cuomo's desk. Coming up next here, a Stockton native is now a New York State trooper. We hear from him coming up. And later, saying goodbye to one of our own. You don't want to miss out on Storm Hartman's send-off. Stay with us.
WNY News Now is sponsored by Chautauqua Audio Works, 3335 South Roberts Road in Fredonia. More than a music store. Call 679-4333. Call now, 679-4333. WNY News Now is sponsored by Chautauqua Audio Works, 3335 South Roberts Road in Fredonia. More than a music store. Call 679-4333. Call now, 679-4333.
The Main Landing Restaurant. Excellent service, awesome food, and a beautiful view.
Everything's made fresh here. We love to be outside, and it's nice inside if it's raining, so we have a choice.
Locals and non-locals agree that the Main Landing is quickly becoming a destination.
It's just so casual, and just the food is amazing.
I love the hamburgers.
But I really like the tuna I had.
The Main Landing Restaurant. Excellent service, awesome food, and a beautiful view.
Catch your First Defense forecast daily on WNY News Now. You're watching WNY News Now. where coverage comes first.
To finally say I'm a New York State Trooper, I mean, it's almost unbelievable. It's what I've always wanted to do growing up. I've always looked up to the state police, and to be a part of that legacy is just a great honor. There's a great deal of pride that comes with it, and it's definitely one of the biggest moments of my life.
208 new troopers are set to hit the roads of New York State, one of whom is from right here in Chautauqua County. 24-year-old Dalton Walsh of Stockton has been assigned to Troop C in Binghamton. Walsh said in a video interview he's looking forward to selflessly serving the people of New York.
Getting out on the road, I'm mostly looking forward to selflessly serving the people of the state of New York, and also being able to connect to other troopers and build camaraderie like we did as a class. And also looking forward to the opportunities the state police has, whether that's special details or promotions, whatever that is. I think this is a great career, and I'm already enjoying it. And I mean, the future is always brighter. So I mean, you can only look up. I'm really looking forward to it.
Walsh and the other new troopers will begin their field duty on Monday. And Jamestown High School seniors Maverick Tomkaski and Olivia Jen were recently awarded with the SUNY Fredonia's President's Science and Math Scholarship. Both seniors are looking to receive the President's Award for Excellent Scholarship. Both are attending SUNY Fredonia after their graduation this summer. Only a select few receive this prestigious award each year. Both of these were nominated for the Fredonia's Honors Program, which would come with an additional $1,000 if they chose to apply and enter the Honors Program.
Now, your first defense forecast with Dakota Hunter.
Science, love it. Hey, maybe one of those kids become the next weatherman here when I retire in the next 50 years. Hint. Let's take a look at the weekend planning forecast. Since it is Thursday, we're all starting to look ahead to the weekend. Now, the weekend not going to be especially as good, maybe if you want to classify it as maybe the last couple of weekends. Scattered snow showers on Saturday, probably another inch or so of accumulation. Temperatures a little below average, 23 in the valleys, 27 at the Lake Erie shoreline areas. And then going into Sunday, widespread snow showers. It'll increase once again, and probably several more inches out of that. Temperatures come up a little bit, 27 in the valleys, 31 at the lakeshore. This is going to be around average. Average high is 31, so some spots will be around it. And take a look at the winds for the weekend. The winds still will be a factor, so maybe some limited blowing snow, so we'll have to keep that in mind. Currently out at the airport, it is 38 degrees. Pretty cloudy skies out there being reported. We have a wind chill of 30 when you combine it with that southwest wind of 14. The gusts are around 25, so you get one of those gusts. Maybe some limited blowing snow out there as well. So all in all, not especially too bad as it has been. So Metrocast for today, 41 degrees at 1 o'clock, and we'll probably see a few rain showers throughout the early hours. But then take a look at what happens. As we dip to 5 o'clock, the temperature starts falling. We go to 33 at 5 o'clock, chance for a few rain and snow showers with a wintry mix. Not expecting a whole lot of accumulation out of that, but as we go into the nighttime hours around 9 o'clock, the temperatures will drop to 23 and the winds still stay up, so it will be just a tad bit breezy tonight. Limited blowing snow, and maybe some of those those wind chills might be in the cards for the area as well. On the regional view, here we are right here, and what we actually have is a cold front that's starting to come our way, and these are the fronts. And with this cold front, there actually is a low pressure system attached to it, and this is ultimately going to sweep across the Great Lakes, coming into our area. Now, of course, as always, temperatures are warmer ahead of a cold front because this warm front's coming out. So pretty much the temperature's warmer, and then as that cold front starts to come in, the temperatures really drop off. So we want to give you everything that you're going to need to know for the next couple of days. So that cold front drags the Arctic air back across the region. The temps sharply drop into the teens and the lower 20s, so it's going to be cold once again. Accumulating snow probably around 3 to 6 inches, but we have to watch for lake enhancement, and we actually talked about this a few minutes ago, how there's patches of open water out on the lake that could add some lake effect to this. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. And wind chills will dip to below zero to sub below zero for the next couple of days. Youch! So it is going to be cold. Future scan, the model not really picking up on a lot of rain. I think the RPM is kind of underdoing this, but do expect a few light rain showers. And then take a look at what happens. This band of snow starts to come in with the cold front, and again, the blues to purples indicate heavier snowfall rates, and it looks like it starts to taper off, but again, I still think snow will continue. So again, do count on a few more snow showers throughout the day, and especially going into the afternoon. And again, so I think this model might be a little bit underestimating on that. Zone weather, let's take a look at tomorrow's forecast, county by county, town by town, and you can see temperatures way below average. Take a look at these, in the teens, ouch! And take a look at the wind, northwest 11 to 16 miles an hour. Definitely wind chills will probably be pretty much below zero to, so yeah, you really do need to bundle up, because a wind like that, temperatures like this, not feeling very good. How about the future? Next 7 days of your life. Brought to you by Quick Solutions. 13 Friday as an average high. Saturday we're bringing that snow, and even though the temperatures come up again, it's not going to last for too long. And then take a look at that, we go 30 for a couple days next week, and that is going to feel nice. And but don't get used to 40s, because long range model guidance is suggesting we don't see a number like that until after Valentine's Day. Ouch. And don't forget as well, if we can put links 1 back up, Andy, I want to show you the next graphic that is coming up.
Coming up next.
Coming up next, we have our tribute to our great Storm Hartman. I will try not to cry, and so that is coming up pretty soon.
And just before that, 2 radio hosts slug it out in Minnesota in Radio Row. Not literally fighting each other, but verbally. Ryan has that story next.
First Defense Weather is sponsored by Quick Solutions of Jamestown. Count on Quick Solutions for printing, copying, mass mailings, and so much more. Part of your team. Learn more at QuickSolutionsUSA.com. That's QuickSolutionsUSA.com. Like great food, great news needs experts. Become a community reporter. When you see breaking news or have a news tip we should know about, drop us a line on Facebook today. Speaking of great food, Jeremy's Bellevue offers pasta, classic burgers, seafood, and of course, wings. Visit Jeremy's Bellevue on Facebook.
The team that puts coverage first. We have some breaking news. Police confirming now that Steve Stevens was found dead in Erie, Pennsylvania.
His house is on fire, and it's dangerously close to the Appleyard Terrace.
Fire crews battling another blaze.
Needs to be treated as the terrorist act that it is.
He got the ball, he just went to the hoop and he shot it.
And as for the star of the show, Tucker Pierce,
I think I feel good. Proceeds from the Battle of the Classes going to the Alex Folk Foundation.
50 years of service and dedication to anything is very impressive. Put your lives on the line for your neighbors.
It's just something that I think people should do. You have to give back to the community.
WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now. WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
Phone Zone Sports Desk, I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's a look at what's trending. It was raining threes in VA last night. Just ask St. Bonaventure guard Matt Mobley. Boom. One after another, after another. After another, Bonnies now have won 3 straight in the A10, and they are now 5-4 in the conference after basically being left for dead about a week ago. Ron Lemon's on the phone with us, the co-host of the Fast Break, 5-on-5 Fast Break here on WNY Sports Now on Fridays. Ron, quick reaction from the St. Bonaventure win, because now they're headed in the right direction.
and it was nice to see them get their first road win against George Mason last night. I think going on the road to Pittsburgh to play the Dukes of Duquesne on Saturday night is really going to be a good measure and a good test for us to really see where they're at.
All right, Ron, we will talk to you Friday afternoon for the 5-on-5 Fast Break. Let me take you to Radio Row's Super Bowl 52. Two guys from Houston. They're radio hosts, and they get into a brutal argument. The worst thing is, it's live on the air.
In the World Series, what's now? Your Gulf Coast Regional Radio. The Josh Innes Network.
How do you know that if you don't listen?
When did I say I don't listen? That's your shtick. That's your shtick. You say you don't listen. I've never said I don't listen. You clown. You're lying again.
What am I lying
You're lying about that? Me calling my lawyers?
I never said you. I said
you didn't. No, you didn't. You didn't. Hey, Seth and Mike and I, they're my great friends. Let me tell them why they suck.
Who am I supposed to know who called a lawyer?
Well, then why would you say?
All right, to the NBA, a 50-point game for a Portland Trailblazer who made his mark, C.J. McCollum. A night after James Harden had 60. Also, look at this slam dunk by Dwight Howard, taking it back to 2008 when he was a star with the Lakers, flying through the air with reckless abandon, finishing with the right-hand flush. And the Hornets beat the Hawks again for the second time in as many weeks. And finally, former NASCAR driver Richard Childress is reacting to an attempted home invasion last month at his North Carolina residence. Authorities arrested 3 suspects in the case. Police say Childress confronted the 3 men and fired shots after hearing a crash on the night of the incident.
After these guys get their punishment, I'll be able to talk more about it.
On the Phone Zone Sports Desk, I'm Ryan Hedrick. It all unfolds here.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvanna Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Catch your first defense forecast daily on WNY News Now. Like great food, great news needs experts. Become a community reporter when you see breaking news or have a news tip we should know about. Drop us a line on Facebook today. Speaking of great food, Jeremy's Bellevue offers pasta, classic burgers, seafood, and of course, wings. Visit Jeremy's Bellevue on Facebook. You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
And welcome back to News Now. It's a bittersweet day here at WNY News Now as we say goodbye to our producer, tech guru, coffee warner, driver, photographer, multimedia journalist, anchor, but most of all, our friend, Storm Hartman. Dakota is here at the desk with our friend Storm Hartman here.
Hi.
Storm, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I mean, I've been locked in a room for the past half an hour.
Yeah, we're kind of...
We kept him locked in one of the secret passages rooms here in the office.
Well, I didn't even see these pictures behind me.
No? Yeah. Aren't they awesome? It's pretty good. It's us. It's you, which is what this day is all about.
Yay. I feel important.
You know, I want to get to our final comments in just a moment here, but... my first question for you as we give you a good old-fashioned News Now send-off. What is your biggest fear?
I mean, honestly, I'm not scared of you guys. I know a lot of... I've caused a lot of problems, so to speak, between the Dave O'Connor prank on the walls and such like that that I've aired. So I'm not too afraid of too much. I guess the biggest thing I'd be scared of is cussing on the air because as you guys... well, as these guys don't know, when I'm back there, sometimes some things go wrong with the computer and my mouth goes flying.
Mm-hmm. Andy, he's like, He's sailoring up on us over here.
Yeah,
Well,
just
you
a
know
little
what?
bit.
I must say that must be very good that you're brave, but in a way, it's kind of stupid.
I figured.
Fire that package.
Has Storm ever anchored on the news? Yes, he has.
I have.
Yeah,
I
you
did
just
for a couple
popped
of
in there.
months, and then they kicked me off because I wouldn't cut my hair. So like.
Yeah, he had a mop of hair.
Yeah, I still do. It's grown back. I shaved it and did a whole thing on it on the news segment. I was like, yo, stop it. Because it was nonstop. Every day people harassing me about my hair. Good morning. I'm back and so is my hair. It's 64 degrees out there with some clouds. I'm Storm Hartman. I went to a gas station and this old guy screamed as soon as I walked in. He's like, you know, you look like a young version of Lou Ferrigno. And I just turned around and left. Justin, I have missed you, but our top story, a program that supports local children may...
You know, Storm kind of, you know, he messaged me, you know, and said if I wanted to do this because they were looking for somebody to do the weather. And I didn't live in my hometown anymore. I had moved away, and I only lived like, I don't know, an hour and a half northward in the big city. But anyways, so, you know, and he asked me if I wanted to do it, and I'm like, you know, no, not really, because obviously, as you probably know, Rob, I, you know, share a lot of that weather stuff, you know, on Facebook and stuff, and, you know, and I just said, no, I don't really want to do it. So, yes, well, you know, I guess they came back multiple times trying to get me to, you know, come up with something that I could do, because I guess part of the original deal was for me to move back here and then do it like in a chroma key or something.
Yeah,
along those
I was gonna move you into my house, but then my girlfriend said just decided we didn't have enough space. We are at 46 degrees and overcast skies in Jamestown. I'm Storm Hartman.
And I'm Justin Gould. The jackets are getting warm. Here's what's trending at WNYNewsNow.com. A New York...
Hey, WNY News Now. As you can see, I have been pushed back to the newsroom, but that's not going to stop me from keeping a promise to a very good friend. My friend Jay Morales and his girlfriend Angel have just had their second child together, named Victoria Antonella Morales. So congratulations to both you guys. And before I go, Jay's first daughter has something she'd like to say.
I like Victoria.
Oh,
that's sweet, isn't
cute,
it?
isn't it?
Oh,
Oh my
I love
gosh.
kids.
Storm, thanks for sharing that with us. And
Congratulations to your friends
Yeah,
as well, Storm.
Absolutely. Well, before we go, we have some breaking news. This past weekend, Storm Hartman shaved his hair. Take a look.
Okay, so finally the day has come to where I have gotten sick and tired of my hair. Everybody, I'm sure, will be happy in the comment section here with my mom to get my hair down to, I wanted it about like Justin's length. I don't want like
you've left me with the cutters.
Well,
and stuff.
I just don't want to be like
You don't want it
complete.
bald.
Yeah.
I get it.
So I am gonna cut my hair. It was getting this summer is hot.
That's
First cut.
my buddy.
Can't wait to show Diane this.
Oh, I was like, who's Diane?
She's the one that's been cutting my hair. Angel here. She was saying the same thing, just to shave it. She always complains about how thick my hair is. So it's done. Can you leave me alone now?
Gosh.
What a way to end the show today.
Yeah,
huh?
jeez. It is quite a different feel in the newsroom. Normally Storm's got, you know, all that, but...
Yeah, now it's all gone.
Man.
He's
Hey.
not the same person anymore.
No.
Storm, we miss your hair, buddy.
It's fun kind of doing it professionally and getting paid to do it. We bring in the big bucks, don't we?
You'll do it.
Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. And if you threw a party, you invited everyone.
Thank you for that. That was nice.
Yeah, you're welcome. You deserve it. Your hair was probably like the whole highlight of your
Pretty
comments.
Well, people in the comments are ruthless.
They
with that.
ripped you apart.
I mean, every day there was always comment. I swear they cared more about my hair than they did about the people that were getting arrested. Like,
right. Well, you know, we all have met Storm in our own sense. For me, I first met you back when I was doing my web show in my basement.
Yeah.
The Justin show in high school.
Back when I thought it was cool.
And you were like the only one. My mom hated it because I'd take over the whole house. But we had you on our anniversary show, and you stepped out of your car, and like I booked his rock band, the Brinks.
Yeah.
And you come out and you got so tall, you got this big guitar, this big hair. I'm like, what is that? These guys are real rockers, man.
Well, that was definitely that was actually my second time I've ever played like live anywhere. And then the day after that, I played on Paul Schumerhorn's show or whatever that he does on YouTube. Awesome. But that was more fun because I mean the quality I know wasn't the greatest, but it was still cool to have. You know, you had Mike over there with a camera shot panning around, and I mean it was a lot more legit than I thought it was gonna be. I thought you were just gonna put some webcam in front of me.
And then so many years later, I reached out to you on Facebook, and we brought you in to film some Chautauqua's Got Talent stuff, and all of a sudden he became an anchor, and you did your hair up real nice every day, just like that.
Yeah. Before I got lazy.
Right. And now it's, I don't know, very imaginative though.
Thank you.
Like
I'm actually getting it cut today, most of it again.
Nice. You'll have to share pictures with us. I know I don't want to take up all the time because Dakota, you have a lot to say, I'm sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna try this without crying. And if I start crying, I'm terribly sorry. I've known Storm for a very long time. Storm and I were on a golf league together. I just finished my freshman year of high school, going into my sophomore year. I think you were still, in middle school.
Yeah, I was real little
at the time. Yeah, I mean, Storm used to be like very little, and then he became tall. I don't know what happened there, but anyway, we were on a golf league together, and we were always golfing partners. And that's where I first met Storm. And now he went to Southwestern, I went to Jamestown, so we never got to see each other in school. But, you know, of course we maintained a good friendship on social media. And then we became close friends about a year ago. I came back into town, and we
pulled you back
again. Yeah, and we started getting.
Kidding.
And you know, I have to say that I think a best friend is not just defined as somebody who is gonna, you know. I don't think it's enough to say, you know, I hang out with this guy, I go over to his house, he comes over to my house, we do this, we do that. I don't think that's what defines a best friend. A best friend is somebody who's going to be there for you for the hard times. Yeah. And Storm knows exactly what I'm talking about. I went through some very, very rough stuff last year, and if it wasn't for Storm, you know, just allow me to talk his ear off and having a shoulder to cry on, I don't know where I'd be. And of course, I got to thank Storm for my career here. He was the one who brought me here, and
borderline forced.
Yeah, like we had to.
Well, I remember back when I started this show. I mean, anybody who's been watching us since, you know, what was it, like 3,000 followers or whatever.
Right.
You know, they've seen the show change. Yeah, we've seen the show change so much over the course of this time here, and we were looking for more stuff to add because our show was 10 minutes long,
right?
And we wanted to push to this half-hour curfew that we have now.
Now we have these IFBs that are a pain in the butt.
Right. And I've always remembered Dakota from, like he said, we didn't talk very much outside of golf and the minor stuff we talked about on Facebook. But, you know, I remember the two things about him from golf, well, three. He likes to swear in Italian when he gets bad at his club. He's very good at auctioneering, which I actually pulled him in to do an auctioneering thing for a pie sale I did at my school. And then I remembered that he does weather. And I've seen him do weather on Facebook like 1,000 times. And I message him all the time. And like, oh, I'm going to Erie this weekend. Is it going to rain? That kind of deal. And well, I showed Justin one of his things. And I was like, you need to convince him to come here. I don't care what you do. But you're not going to find another, you know.
Dakota. Right.
There's not another person in Jamestown that's going to do weather. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a specialty. Exactly.
Right. And like the dedication that you put into your forecasts are just, people don't even know. It's incredible.
Right.
So, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
How you got me?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think we can hear you, right, Andy?
Yep, you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
go ahead.
you're echoing,
Yeah.
so.
Hey, Storm, I know you can't see me, but you know what it's like being back here. I just want to thank you for your patience and your time. And, you know, knowing that you were going out, but still giving me your undivided attention, giving me an opportunity to grow here. So, you know, old dogs can learn new tricks when they have good masters. So thanks for mastering me back here. I'm going to step out so you guys can continue.
Oh, well, that was nice, Andy. Thank you.
And Storm, and one thing a lot of people don't know is Storm has been mentoring Andy, our new technical director and EP of the program, for the last 2 months.
Pretty much.
Since December. So thank you for that, because without your leadership to get him to where he is now and producing this show, it's incredible. And I mean, the memories of it all.
Yeah, it's...
You will always be in our hearts here, and still be around, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, I'm not... my original plan, I guess I could say this, is I was planning on moving to Dallas, which was the original reason why I was leaving. Well, life takes a turn sometimes. I'd rather not get into complete details, but I'm in Jamestown for a while. And once I get my computer fixed, I'm still going to be doing, you know, your Tech Bites segment every week that you'll see that I slacked on this week. Sorry. But
we excuse you.
Yeah.
Right. No, but
it's okay.
no, my voice will still be here. You know, if I just don't have the time like I did before
to dedicate to
yeah.
all of this, which is a lot of work.
It is. It really is. And I give you guys props. I mean, when I came into this, it was right when, you know, Jonathan Young did, well, allegedly, set all those fires. And I'm sorry, I'm not as politically correct. That's why they kicked me to the back. But
it's okay. It's okay. But, if you're going to sue us for that, you can sue him now. He's now
Call 1-800-SUE-STORM-HARTMAN.com.
No.
But no, in all seriousness, no. I was just doing the Chautauqua's Got Talent, but I have always wanted a job in terms of video editing, video filming. I've been doing YouTube since I was like, since YouTube was YouTube. Basically, I think I was like 2006, 2007, and I was only like 11. So I've had a passion for making videos and stuff like that. And once I saw that, I think it was actually, I saw you guys' post about Justin Romanek. And that's when I was like, what is this WNY whatever? And I think it was actually, I messaged you.
Yeah.
Asking if you needed help. So we did the Chautauqua's Got Talent thing, and then you had slightly mentioned bringing me on full time, but it wasn't 100%. And then my friend comes home one day and tells me that there was this huge fire on 6th Street. And I text you guys, you said it's fine, and then the other one happened literally like a block away from my house on Crossman. So I walked down.
And I find you there.
Right, exactly.
Like,
I was
we
walking
just hired
down
you
to
yesterday.
that fire. I was walking down to that fire, and I was trying to stay out of the way because I still didn't know hands-on what exactly I was allowed to do, and I was heading home, and then I checked the Facebook page, and there's more fires down the road. So I was like, well, I'm not doing anything.
Right.
So I wandered down with the crowd to 11th Street, and you guys had gotten the call. There was a false alarm over on 22nd Street that somebody had sent us to, and I was still there because I still wasn't 100%, you know, with you guys. You took off, and then all of a sudden, all these people start running over to 10th Street, and that's when that 10th Street fire caught flames. And that was like the first day I actually like held the Facebook Live camera. I remember too. That was a crazy day for me, and it was a crazy way to come into news. I mean, I was like, I had a natural high for 3 days.
right. And you're right about that, because a lot of people don't realize the rush, right? We talk about this with first responders, is when you're covering something like that and something so traumatic.
Right.
Like that's not in a normal day. We do have a lot of times where we have breaking news and we got to run out of the newsroom, you know, often.
Right.
Or stories that pop up on a short amount of time. But something like that is just so catastrophic, where it's happening over and over and over. You talk about like the fire department was hurting that night to get fire trucks in there. And obviously, people will argue whether information services are crucial, right? Like, us being there providing this information to the public, is that something? I'm not as important as a firefighter, but people need information.
Right.
So for us, we were taxed. Like, every single person that we had on our staff was in some way covering that story at 2 a.m. We had people go and get Storm, like, you just showed up and we just brought him on the day before, and it's like,
well, I remember
here, hold
texting
this,
you. Well, I remember texting you guys, and you were sitting there like, oh, well, we don't need any assistance. We'll be all right. It's just
because
one
I didn't know
fire,
how
blah,
bad
blah,
it was
blah.
going to be.
But I was so curious, and I was sitting at home, and I'm like, they really don't want me there. And then I'm like, wait a minute, it's a public street. Screw off. And I walked down there. I was like, you can't stop me from being there. So I walked down, and I got to do a lot more than I thought was going to happen. So
Right. Well, thank you for everything that you've done for us. And I'd like to smash that cake in your face, if that's
go
okay.
ahead.
Okay.
You don't have to ask.
No, I don't. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I really, like, this morning when we got it, I'm like, we should totally smash this thing, but that's okay. So, thank you for being here, and don't.
I'm not even going to do it. I just want to look at it.
It's a nice cake, though.
It is a nice cake. Look at it.
Look at it.
Congratulations.
I don't want it to fall.
So hard for
Remember
God
James
to
Reed when we hold that cake up for Dakota? He's like, "You better be careful." It'll go. That was the funniest.
Yeah.
But you will forever be on our wall. Woo! At WNY News Now, the wall of visionaries, everyone who has supported us and helped us through. So, thank you.
Well, thanks.
For everything. It's me. That's News Now for this Thursday. We, Dakota, Hunter, Justin Gould, will be back tomorrow.
I'm coming over there because I'm giving.
Yeah, get over here. Get over here.
I'm coming over there.
In the meantime, head to WNYNewsNow.com. I'm going to go really slow.
Yeah.
Where coverage comes first.
There.
Starbo!
I'm going to miss you. It's been fun.